All right, guys, back with day 2 of scouting. Today, I don't know, it's probably gonna get cut short again because got a massive storm front coming in right now. And as soon as I got out here, of course it starts raining. But it's myself today, and I got my little sidekick, Grizzly. He's with me. So when I was trying to leave the house this morning, he absolutely was not gonna let me go without coming with. So whatever, gonna bring him along. Maybe he'll scare some bears away or something like that. Save my life. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna go on today? But I know he's afraid of thunderstorms. So, and I already hear some thunder rolling in. So I don't know. This might get cut short. So, anyways, day 2, like I said, this is a brand new piece of property. This year is going to be really focused on brand new chunks of land that I've never been to before. This one is just over 20,000 acres. So as you can imagine, this isn't going to be a one-day thing where I'm going to break this all down or find, you know, good locations. So this is going to be multiple days. Bring you guys along for every day that I'm out here. You know, right now this is early spring. This is my favorite time to scout because everything, you never see the woods like you see today. It's just so wide open. You get to see things a little differently than you do in the fall or the summer, you know, and then you have late season, which is somewhat similar, but you're just covered with snow. So this is the best time to be out in the woods, in my opinion. Time to do the work. This spring that we've had here in northern Wisconsin has been so insane with wind, rain, snow. I mean, I've hardly been able to step foot in the woods, and we're almost in May. So I feel like this spring scouting is going to get cut really short. So I'm trying to get out here and press as much as possible and see what I can find. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get walking and show you guys what I'm looking for. All right, so I've got a little ways in here. Luckily, the rain has held off so far. So as you saw when I walked in, it was a lot of like hardwoods. I'm not sure if you saw that. A lot of select cut hardwoods, and it's a main logging road. So I walked a little ways off that. I finally found another spot. It's an old, super old logging road. Doesn't look like anybody's been down here. I don't see any like tree stand signs. I don't see anything like that. But one thing I like right away is right off in one direction, I have this actually big pond, like big marshy looking pond area. Pretty good size, so I like that, and it drops way down to that. So there's a good edge there. There's a really nice ravine running off of that, and then, you know, I have this road with some nice scrapes on it, and then on the back side of that is pine trees that butts up to the oak. So I have a lot of diversity right here in this area, which I love diversity. So I want to walk the edge of all this stuff. I want to see what we have going on these edges. I like what I'm seeing so far with the scrape lines. That's pretty good. I don't think these are primary scrapes right now, but still, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. All right, so I'm still kind of by this water source area, and I absolutely love it. Grizzly loves it too. He's just running around like crazy right now. His tail's wagging, so I know he's a happy boy. But why I like this area is basically like 4 edges coming together right here that kind of creates an intersection. So obviously this is great when you're in 20,000 plus acres like this to find one of these small areas that you have diversity and everything kind of coming together in the form of edge or an intersection like this. So in this case, I have a little bit of everything right here, you know, some food, water, diversity. So I really like this. I can't wait to come back here, get a camera up, probably get a tree stand up. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking around, but definitely liking it so far. And the rain has held off, so good news. Okay, like I said, I love coming in early spring to explore properties because you get to see it like you've never seen it before, and it's just great to see last year's rut sign, like scrape areas, trails, just all deer sign in general. Right here's a good example of a good trail. You should be able to see this pretty clear, and it goes into a nice patch of hardwoods. So that's the kind of stuff that you're looking for. So I like to see this. I'm going to follow some of these out, see where they lead to, see if there's any intersections, any funnels of any sort, any terrain features that they might be using. But this is why you want to be out here in the spring, because you just get to see things so differently. All right, so thankfully the rain has still held off as we're a few hours in, and I'm standing in this nice thick hardwood patch. You know, there's some oaks in here, so this is the obvious food source in this particular area. You can kind of see, pan around here, I don't know if it's tough to see, but a lot of this is all beat up from last year from the deer finding acorns. So this is good. I like this. So there's food on here, we have water on here, we have edge on here. I like that. I'm kind of on a high spot right here, so there's obvious wind advantage for deer and for hunting as far as morning, evening goes. I have a bunch of low spots around here, some ridges around me, so I really like what I see so far. This is not boring. This is, so far, it's kind of like an exciting piece to get back in here and take another look. right, so I love finding, oh, you okay? What's going on back there? Are you eating deer poop? Look at this. You eating deer poop, Grizz? Come on, man. When I find big open hardwoods like this, I love this because it's a good obvious food source, but I do not like hunting open hardwoods. It's just, it's too open. The deer movement is too sporadic. It's like a needle in a haystack. I don't like that. But what I want to try to find when looking at hardwoods, especially if there's good acorn drop, is some sort of natural terrain feature or like a soft edge trying to get into or out of the hardwoods. And that's kind of exactly what I found in this area. So it's cool because like right here in front of me, I have like a flat. It's just a flatter area. Behind me, I have a pretty high ridge, and just off here to the right, I have a steep ravine down there. So you could even see this trail where Grizzly's on, where it's coming out of this flat. It looks like what they're doing is kind of accessing this flat and side hilling this to get back up in this open hardwood. So this ridge kind of comes down and creates like a V right here, right where Grizzly's standing, right where we are. So it's almost like a natural intersection, but it's kind of just a good way that they access, you know, because of what I have, a V coming down here, a flat, a ravine. So it's just like a natural terrain intersection that they have to use, and obviously nice trail right here. So they definitely are using this to get into this open hardwoods behind me. So this kind of stuff I want to find. So maybe this could be a good, you know, camera site or a stand setup or whatever, where they're coming into this wood. So this is what I'm looking for versus standing out in the middle of hardwoods or necessarily focusing on like one tree in the hardwoods that might have more acorns than the other, especially if it's just big open sprawling and there's a lot of acorns. So sometimes what I found in these open areas that you can definitely have some buck bedding, you know, in this more open stuff. It doesn't always have to be super thick for a buck to bed. And this is one of those spots where definitely could be a nice bedding area for a few reasons. One, right here I have some really nice rubs right here. And I think looking around I have about 4 of them, pretty good size. And I have kind of this trail leading up, and with this trail, where this trail is like a soft edge. So right to the right of me, it's super thick, smaller trees, more open hardwoods right here to the left of me. And then basically what I'm looking into is real steep. So you can actually see a long ways here when it's kind of open. So basically a buck could be bedding in this kind of flat right here, catching the wind over his back like the wind is blowing today, looking down into this thing, you know, he can see a long ways and he can hear a long ways. So if anything's coming from either direction, you can just bound off in this edge right here, this real thick stuff, and kind of get away. So this is definitely a spot that I'll drop a waypoint on Onyx and, you know, make note of it, and then, you know, obviously keep moving, do some more scouting. Okay, so I know today's video doesn't really break things down, but this is kind of the big picture. This is the first time scouting this property. This is over 20,000 acres. This is just one piece. My approach is to take the big macro, try to make that micro, and then break that down. So I like what I'm seeing today so far. We have edge, so we have diversity. We have, you know, terrain up and down. We have food, we have water, we have last year's rut sign, good trails. So there's a little bit of everything to like here, multiple ways to hunt this. So when we come back in here, we'll further break it down and do stand setup and how I'm going to try to set up on these deer and what I think is happening here. But this series is going to be about, you know, a few big properties and then hopefully multiple spots within those properties to break down and hunt. So that's how I'm going to set it up. It's all going to be new stuff this year, so I'm super excited. Hopefully this is a success. Hopefully I can kill a deer on camera for you guys, and you guys follow me for this whole journey. It's going to be super exciting. I can't wait, but I can tell the rain is coming. So for right now, I'm going to get out of here. I've been in here for a few hours, so I have a decent walk out. So I'm not excited about that. I know Grizzly's excited about it though, even though he is starting to look a little pooped out right here. Aren't you, Grizzly? You're a tired boy. So Grizzly's had a good day. I've had a good day. I like what I see. I think it's about 400 or 500 acres is what this particular, you know, where I have all these edges and water and food on 2 sides coming together. Like I said, when we come back in here, we're going to start breaking that down.